specialist with the Kentucky Talking Books Library. And he's going to present us with an update on the new machines for reading audiobooks. He's going to talk about a recap of the road show that they recently put on, the Library Ambassador Program, information on accessing books through smart speakers, and he's got one of the new players with him as well as applications. So, yeah, Richard, are we ready to start the recording?
Close enough.
Close enough? Okay. All right, so without further ado, here's Evan.
Give him a welcome. Give him a welcome.
And I want to go ahead and, sorry, I project. I'm going to have to keep the mic way out here. I want to go ahead and endorse the Todd and Laura's Lunch and Learn next month. They are wonderful partners of ours as well. Anyone who's eligible for Talking Books is also eligible for NFB Newsline. So we encourage you to sign up for both services if you can there. So like she said, my name is Evan. I'm the outreach manager at the information officer is technically my title in the Kentucky Talking Book Library, part of the State Department for Libraries and Archives, big concrete building on the hill in Frankfort overlooking the beautiful scaffolding that is currently around our Capitol Dome there in the capital city. So we've been around for a long time. We have patrons in here. Raise your hands.
Yeah.
Excellent. Who's learning about Talking Books for the first time today? Excellent. So it's great to be here. And so what we've got is, for anyone who doesn't know, we are the accessible library that serves the entire state. Anyone with a visual, physical, or reading disability is eligible for our free audio and braille book service through the state library. We are a network library of the National Library Service for the Blind and Print Disabled, which is part of the Library of Congress in Washington, D.C. That's where we get a lot of our materials from. However, we do ourselves record some books in our studio, which we'll talk about in a little bit. And one of the ways we get Talking Books from us to you through the mail is using our digital talking book machines. The first editions of those digital talking book machines came out in about 2009, 2010, so they've been around for about 15 plus years now, and NLS over the last couple of years has really moved toward the new generation, the next generation of the talking book machines, and that's what I have here. I'll be passing it around. This is the DA2 machine, and I guess we'll start over here on the right side of the room, from my perspective anyway. Excuse me, we'll start over here. This is the latest edition of the talking book player. It does everything the previous player did, both the DA1 and the DS1 players that people may be familiar with. They changed the form factor a little bit. Instead of being a rectangle with a retractable handle on the bottom, they now have the handle built in. Additionally, the DA2 machines also have, instead of a hardwired single plug to charge the device, it has a detachable, similar to a phone charger, where it's got the wall wart on one end that you would plug into the wall, and on the other side is a standard USB-C plug in order to charge the device. So they're no longer together. I mean, it comes with the charger, but you just got to make sure you don't lose it. But in addition to just some of the changes on the form factor, it also has a host of new features, including Wi-Fi capability, so that you can download books straight from the Braille and audio reading download service that normally you would have to have a phone or a computer or a tablet for. It can download those specifically as long as it has the Wi-Fi capability. So if you have Wi-Fi and the internet, wireless internet at your house, you can hook the machine up to that, and you can download books onto its own internal storage, which is about 25 gigabytes or so, in addition to being able to play standard cartridges you may make yourself, or even books you can put on a flash drive and plug into the side of the machine. Those all still work as they have, but they've also added the ability to download books straight to the device as well. And you can pass it your Wi-Fi password. You can either enter it using the arrow keys on the device, which can get rather tedious. It does accept wired keyboards It does accept wired keyboards to type. There's no screen on it, but if you're trying to type in and enter a password, it can do that. And you can also pass it the login information on a flash drive via a text configuration file. It also has not only the standard 3.5mm headphone jack that the players have had since the DA1 machines came out in the early 2010s, but also it has the ability to connect with Bluetooth headphones, Bluetooth hearing aids, and speakers, Bluetooth speakers as well. So you can, let's say you have a speaker across the room, set up the talking book machine in one part of the room, and it can use Bluetooth for that. So one thing that we've been asking as folks have started to use these machines, these became available, we got our first shipment early to middle of last year. We're slowly getting in more as we've gone along. So we've invited folks who are interested in the new player to go ahead and give us a call. Our number is 800-372-2968, and you'll speak to one of our librarians, Tracy, Kenya, or Susan. Occasionally, if we're a little thin, short-staffed on a day, you may even get our branch manager, Jenny, who joined us back again in early last year as our branch manager after the retirement of Barbara Penagore after 25 years. Jenny, on her second stint in Talking Books, she was a librarian in the mid-2000s, left in about 2011, and is now back as our branch manager. But we encourage folks who are interested to not send their old player back right away. If they want to kind of dip their toe into the water, so to speak, with a DA2 machine, they are more than welcome to do that. And they can send their old machine back at their own pace as they get used to the new machine. So still coming around the room there. Folks here on my left now are going to get the opportunity to keep an eye or take a look at that. So if you want more information, you can give us a call. Again, 800-372-2968 to speak to one of our librarians, or you can send us an email if you're comfortable with that at ktbl.mail@ky.gov. That'll have our information on it as well. All of the librarians get those emails. Another way to listen to talking books that NLS has been piloting over the last little bit has been the My Talking Books Alexa skill. So if you have an Alexa smart speaker at your house, or you use Alexa for that, the My Talking Books skill is available for folks who have that email address. Technically, it exited the open beta a while ago, but they are still operating as if it continues. So if you're interested, you still have to fill out NLS's beta request form in order to, and they'll have to have you'll be allotted a spot in their system. Even though the beta is technically over, it's still kind of pre-release, but that would allow anyone to stream any English language book on Bard and search the catalog as well. You can manage wish lists, book lists, bookshelves, anything in the My Talking Books skill. I was actually able to see a demonstration of it a couple of years ago at the biannual NLS conference in Washington. And so if you're interested in that, go ahead and you can contact us for that as well. Just because it's still a little complicated in order to get signed up, but once you are, I'm told it's a fairly simple process to work with in terms of the smart speakers. And right now, that only works on Amazon branded, or cat got my tongue. Any Alexa device that uses Amazon's Alexa platform. It does not work with Google devices, the Google Home devices, like I have a Google Home device at my house, or The Apple HomeKit and the HomePods, it does not work with those due to programming limitations with those platforms. So Amazon Alexa is the key there. Those are the player information, but we'd also like to just tell you a little bit about what we've been doing over the last 6 months to a year. We are continuing our out-of-office outreach efforts by meeting our partners where they are. Hi, I'm here today. But also, after the success of both our KTBL open house back in October at our offices and the agency-wide KDLA open house in December, we have decided to make contact with our partners and are offering the KTBL Roadshow, the resource fair. We had the first one last month at the McDowell Center in Louisville. If you're familiar with the McDowell Center, we had 62 people stop in to say hello. And not only that, but it wasn't just to say hello. We had partner organizations there, including ACB, NFB, Todd and Laura were there, as a matter of fact. It's always good to see them at these kind of functions. But we also had vision tests with the Lion's Eye Foundation. We had Braille Tales there. The folks from Central Kentucky Radio Eye were there and gave an update on their service, had a table there. So it was good to see all of our partners, and it was good to see a lot of people get out and really enjoy themselves. It was a fun afternoon. We had our display of machines through the years, we like to say. We had the old record players, we had the old tape players, and then the modern cassette-based digital players, or not cassette-based, cartridge-based. They're about the shape of a cassette, about the size of one, but in any case, we love to see our partners, and we love to make it worth their while as well. So one of the things that we really had that we thought was a huge success was the in-person technical support. Our librarians all packed their laptops with them and monitors, and were ready to help folks that maybe couldn't have a hard time getting to our office in Frankfurt. And so that has led to us to start to develop a program that's kind of like the Roadshow, but just for that technical support. And we're already making plans for that as it works forward. We have another session set up at the McDowell Center in Louisville in August. And we want to make this a regular thing with our partners all throughout the state. So our next venture obviously would be coming to Central Kentucky and to Lexington. So we hope to get something like that organized very, very soon. Not only just a roadshow, but even just here's a day where our librarians can come in. If anybody has any questions with Bard, with their player, with Braille, anything like that, they can get our ear and can really get that in-person, one-on-one help. Because I know some folks do struggle on the phone. Some folks do struggle via email. So it's good to actually see that, get that face-to-face contact, and really just hunker down and get to work on those. So we hope to have that working here very soon. So stay tuned. We hope to have more of these, not just in the big population centers, Louisville, Lexington, Northern Kentucky, but expanding out into parts of the state where we don't often get out, Eastern Kentucky, into Western Kentucky, down into Southern Kentucky. So we hope to, we're working on that with our librarians as well. And speaking of librarians, that is our next big focus as we head into the next little while. I have been putting together our Library Ambassador Program, which is meant to help our partners with the public libraries. There's no competition between us and the public libraries. We love our public librarians. Help them to be able to more efficiently help their patrons who may have exhausted all their resources at the public libraries, and get the help from us that they may need. So I've spoken with our counterparts there at the Georgia Library. Randy Robertson, who's their outreach manager, has been wonderfully helpful with this. We love our folks down at the Georgia Library Service. They have been invaluable in this process. So our goal is to have one ambassador at every library, at least library system in the state of Kentucky as we go over the next year or so. We haven't launched the program yet. We are working on the final parts of that. Basically, the librarians we are developing a 4-part webinar process for those folks. So they would take the webinars, they would get the credit for taking the webinars, they get a little certificate, and then we would provide them with outreach materials, with any kind of help that they would need, not only from us, not only from NLS, but from our patrons and from similar accessibility experts, quote unquote, from each library that have an ambassador, via like well, I can't talk today. An email listserv, there we go. After they would be certified, they would receive their digital and in-person outreach materials and provide a little bit of that tech support. We're not saying they would have to be, complete experts and may have to know everything. They'd have to diagram a circuit board and read Braille themselves, but at least be able to help folks out who have trouble signing into BARD or are needing books, and they can access them that way as well. So that's something we're working on. In fact, I have a meeting with one of our librarians, Tracy, when I get back to the office here in a little bit to make sure that we have the presentations all squared away before we get that hosted and live for the librarians and librarians throughout the state. Beyond that, in the past year, really since December, our new studio manager, Callie Matthews, has started. I mentioned we record books in our studio. We really hadn't had a studio manager since the previous wonderkind Brian Bertucci, whose birthday it is today, by the way, left us in February of 2024. So the studio had been kind of steadily plodding along. We've been getting some books done, but it was difficult without somebody at the head of that. So we are very happy to have Callie, and she has hit the ground running. In fact, just checked with her before I left. We have 50 projects, locally produced projects, Kentucky books, Kentucky people, Kentucky culture, Kentucky history, Appalachian history, things like that, that are in progress in our studio right now. And 8 more that we are able to get commercially. That's how NLS usually gets a lot of their national stuff. A lot of the best-selling authors will go straight to, they'll either have somebody at NLS record them, or they'll get the commercial audiobook from the publisher. And we are able to do that now with some books that previously we may not have had a volunteer for. And we have 28, our studio is a complete volunteer operation, except for the manager. 28 active volunteers with 5 on standby. And so we are working on several books there. We just got a book ready to go, a book by our former Commissioner Wayne Ong's Presidential Visits to Kentucky was just handed to me the other day. That is now available on BARD, and we'll be advertising that soon. It's been a while since we've had books up. Either we've been unable to upload to BARD, or the projects are kind of at a bottleneck because we do have a lot of narrators, we have a lot of monitors, who are the folks that literally read along with the narrators to make sure they're not missing words, but we don't have a lot of proofreaders. And those are the folks that go along after the recording and go and check to see, make sure nobody made any mistakes that weren't caught in the post-editing or while they were reading. So that's where we have a little bit of a slowdown, but we are working hard to get all those projects fulfilled and up on BARD and get more projects and more volunteers. Callie herself was just talking about, oh yeah, we have more volunteers coming. And she was a little exasperated because she's like, but we have all these projects that are still needing to be worked on. So she's also made inroads with some folks at the north side branch of the Lexington Public Library. She has started using 1 or 2 days a week their digital makerspace there in order to record on the road, which is, I think, a first throughout the country. The first time we've actually been able to do that. So folks who can't, even volunteers who can't normally get to our studios in Frankfurt are still able to volunteer with us. And we are very happy with our volunteers. We thank them for their time and their effort as we work through our project backlog. So be on the lookout for those new books coming to Bard very soon. I think that's all I've got on my outline. If anyone has any questions, I'm here.
I got one.
Yes, sir.
You just said on the road, you talking about Jack Kerouac?
No, we were just talking about being on the road, not Jack Kerouac's book, sorry. I'm sure it's available on Bard.
I was pretty surprised if it wasn't. I mean, that's an old book. So,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Another thing I want to ask you was about the record players. Do y'all still give those out or not?
We do not. We have some that are in our kind of archive that we keep around just to kind of show people how the technology used to work. In fact, actually out in front of our office in a glass case is one of the very first record players that was, I believe, Franklin Roosevelt. Actually,
Was it a gramophone or a record player?
it was a record player, believe it or not. I think it still has a functional AM radio in it.
Okay.
I have not tried to tune into a Reds game on 700 WLW with it yet, but I'm afraid if I do, something will happen. So the ghost of Franklin Roosevelt comes out of the machine. But it is verified to be the oldest machine that even NLS knows about.
Huh.
So, yes, ma'am.
The talking book machine, did you bring a cartridge so we could see what it looks like? It's proprietary, isn't it?
I did not bring a cartridge, I don't believe, but it's the exact same cartridge that has been. They are about the size of a cassette tape. A lot of people still call them tapes because they're familiar with the way the tapes used to be. It's completely solid. It's about maybe a little bit thinner than a cassette tape, and it's got a finger hole at the top of it so that somebody can push it in and take it out of the machine. And it interfaces with the machine via a standard USB plug.
Can it record and erase and?
It cannot.
Because I thought you said something about people making their own.
So yes, people can buy blank cartridges. Those are all made by the American Printing House for the Blind in Louisville. So yes, you can go and buy your own cartridge. The player itself can't write, so you wouldn't be able to download, say for instance on the DA2, you wouldn't be able to download the book from Bard and have it stored on the cartridge. Mm-hmm. But you could get an adapter because of the way the plug is, it wouldn't fit straight into the computer. You need a little adapter to plug it into a computer. But you would then be able to use the Bard Express, the Bard Express application on a computer in order to download the book onto the cartridge and play it that way.
Last time I used a talking book, it was with students in 1969-70.
Oh goodness, that was
records. I used
to
box them up and send them back and then come out again. So yeah, that's why I was asking.
Our it is considerably more efficient now.
Yeah.
All of our cartridges, we used to have even one book per cartridge, and we had a limited number of books, versions of a book. And now we have what's called duplication on demand. So all of the cartridges that go out in the state throughout the week and throughout every day, that's all done by one man.
Hey, most of the books say not that you can't re-record them for the copyright.
Right.
So you can't record them. You're not supposed to record them.
Right. It is a proprietary format. They're pretty locked down. Because we get an exemption in order to record them. We can record any book we want, but because of the law, they're locked down to folks who are qualified for the service.
Right. Well, you saw about recording books and re-recording them, and I was thinking, well.
Right. You wouldn't be able to go home and make a recording.
Right. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ma'am, in the back, you had your hand up.
Well, you mentioned something about downloading Braille, but I'm not sure if I understood that right. Did you mean that?
Yes, so you can download electronic Braille.
Okay.
So we have, we introduced these in 2020 and 2021, the Braille e-reader.
Yeah.
It is a refreshable Braille
Okay, so
display.
you're not talking about this new display. You're talking about the e-reader.
Right.
Okay. And then with the new display, I guess you can't use SD cards, right?
Correct. There's no SD cards in so the DA2 we have here is strictly talking books. The e-reader hasn't changed.
Yeah.
So it's still the same e-reader we've had for the last few years. That hasn't changed. Now, that still does have an SD card slot in it.
Right.
So, or micro SD, I think.
Okay, I have a question. Yeah, so, aside from the roadshow and the ambassador program, if somebody is new to this and needs help getting started, is the best approach for them to call the librarian, and
Yes.
just have them kind of walk them through it?
Yes.
Yeah.
They can call, they can email, either way works. Our librarians, we have librarians every day from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. They're as I get my tongue twisted, they are there to take your call.
Could you repeat that phone number?
Sure, that phone number is 800-372-2968. 800-372-2968.
Hey, you're talking about Lexington with talking books? I keep turning it down, gotta pay a lot more than $18 a month to listen to it.
So, the service that we have is called, it's the My Talking Books skill from NLS. It was developed by NLS, and that is free. I'm unsure of any other thing that would have you pay money. This would be all free. Everything NLS provides is free.
So if you get a cartridge, you put the cartridge in, can you download that to the machine and then go ahead and send the cartridge back and?
No,
No,
I don't believe so. You could play the cartridge.
right.
You would then, if you wanted to keep that book for a longer time, you just have to go download that book on the cartridge. Yes, sir.
I got one, but I was wanting to sign up for the new one.
The new player?
Because I know how to use it, but I was wanting an application for the new one.
So you don't need to fill out an application for the new player. Just
Okay.
go ahead and give our librarians a call or an email.
Can you write that number? Can I have her put the number here? Can you put the number?
I can't do that,
Oh.
but your assistant can
Okay.
probably do that for you.
Can you write your number on a piece of paper, the library's number on a piece of paper?
We need a piece of paper.
Absolutely, I can do that for you.
If you don't care.
One second, we'll get it.
Here's a piece of paper.
She has it. Okay.
Okay, we're ready for the number? Okay.
That number is 800-372-2968. Thank you. And make sure that you put 800, because if you call 888 and that number, you get the International Paper Company.
Oh, okay.
We get a lot of their calls.
I
Because
don't want that.
people think that we are the paper company.
Thank you.
And I tell them that Steve Carell does not work with us. Nor does John Krasinski. Anybody else has a question? Yes, sir.
Do you have the Bible talking book?
Yes, we do. We have some in our office that we can send you. We also we put you in contact with an organization called Braille Bibles International that would send you a Bible cartridge. The Bible cartridges are yours to keep, but in order to continue using the service, you need to check out a book, at least one book every 6 months.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, first of all, I know these players have memories in them, so you can download them from the cartridge. But I was also wondering about the Bluetooth speakers, and, I don't know, I'm just curious, what is the point of that? Or can you have them like more than one? How do you get those?
This would be any Bluetooth speaker that you may already own. We do not own the Bluetooth speakers.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining, I said Bluetooth speakers because any other Bluetooth audio device would work with it. It's very popular with Bluetooth headphones and especially Bluetooth hearing aids are the main options. But they could also, if you needed something louder than the player, because the speaker is a little bit smaller on this machine, it still can get pretty loud, but if you could connect it up to a Bluetooth speaker if you needed to, for it to be louder.
Also, if you wanted to request, let's say Audible has a book you want, but you don't want to pay for it from Audible, how long does it take Bard? Or can I mention the name to the library and then they would put it in the library?
So usually when it comes to a book like that, that's going to be more of a national book. And so NLS, you could request it from NLS, to put it in their collection. We generally can't do that, but it would be more of an NLS issue there. You could contact their collection development folks for that information.
So I would have to get that number from like Tracy.
Right.
Okay. And then how long does it take for the request to be granted?
It just depends on the book. Depends on either if they're able to purchase, if NLS is able to purchase it from the publisher, or if it's a book they do themselves, because they have what they call the NLS Media Lab, their studio, that can record books as well. If it's a local Kentucky book, you can most certainly ask us. If it's part of our collection development, we can put it on our list to record, or even potentially try to get it from the publisher. We're able to get some commercial audiobooks.
Right. Well, I was thinking of like, well, I guess that's what Audible does too. They get it from the publishers, probably. So you could do the same.
NLS could at least try to do the same.
Okay, thanks.
Yes, ma'am.
It's been a while since he shipped a player back.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you ship the player to? You take it to Frankfurt or?
Yeah, you would just mail it to Frankfurt. As long as it's got a box that says free matter for the blind and physically handicapped, which is still the designation. NLS has changed their name, but the mail stamp hasn't. But as long as it's stamped with that and with our address on it or our P.O. box, then we get it back that way.
You could also bring it to us.
You could also, yes, bring it to us.
And then you don't have any applications today, you just need to call.
I have 12.
Oh, yeah, I love an application.
I have 11 now.
Thank you.
Yes.
So how do you send it back? Do you just take it to the post office or?
Yep, right to the post office, even in your mailbox.
Okay. Well, the tape, my tape is big, the bigger one, will it still fit in my mailbox?
Yes.
Okay, I'll just have.
Either you can put it in your mailbox, or if it doesn't fit in your mailbox, you can take it to a general mailbox or the post office.
Okay, do I send the headphones back with it to get a new pair? Because.
Okay,
You can. I would, if you're having trouble with your headphones, I would give that number a call and let them know you're having trouble, and we can get another pair shipped out to you.
Because the headphones, I have them hanging up, but I didn't realize, and they fell on the floor, and my drink fell off, and they got wet. Now, I got them to work, but they're static.
So we can just give us a call and mention, because I know you were gonna call for something else.
Yeah.
Go ahead and just mention that to our librarian, and she can have our technician send you another pair.
Okay, thank you.
And you can send the old one back, and he can try as best he can to fix it.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
do y'all still have the tape players?
We have some tape players that are, again, are mostly just for show now, because we don't send those out,
Okay.
because we have the digital player.
Oh, you don't send the new ones out that y'all got?
We do, we don't send the actual, like, old style tape players that actually had, you know, moving parts and an
Oh.
actual cassette tape. We
Yeah.
discontinued those, we don't have those, I mean, we
Okay.
have some, but we
They're
don't,
double-sided.
Yeah, I'm
It's just
sorry,
double-
I didn't know.
double-sided.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but we still send out the
And
DS
sometimes you
ones,
might
the
get
DA ones,
20
and the new
cartridges
DA2
in
players.
Okay.
one book.
Right. No.
That sounds like it's including.
And what's your name?
My name is Evan.
I mean, if you
Evan?
can't use it, it's
Yes.
always a
Okay.
plus.
So when you give us a call, you'll talk to one of our librarians,
And it's like
either Tracy,
10 pounds.
Susan, or Kenya. Or if it's a particularly busy day at the office, you may run into our branch manager, Jenny, who sometimes covers the calls.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I just want to say thank you. Gary's been an active member since 2007. He does hundreds of books a year. It's been a lifesaver for him.
You're very welcome, and
For him.
we appreciate you saying that.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
He's on his first player.
Wow.
Wears them out for him. He needs a new one.
That's crazy.
Just give our librarians a call.
Now the cartridges have like.
Yeah, I
Just
remember
one.
since '95.
It's
Perfect.
like whole books.
Because the one about has like 6 books, but one is like 3 books. You know, they count as one book. but
Well, are there any other questions for Evan?
No, that's it.
Yeah, so, yeah,
Think
that's
that's it? All
You can go
right.
ahead and keep those too around here if you want to. You don't have to give those back.
Yeah, we will, we'll keep them.
Just a little bit.
Okay, all right.
We've been done for a while, it's just.
Well, let's give him some appreciation.
Thank you all for having me. It was wonderful to be in this room full of great Americans.
John Short's a great man.
Yeah.
Thank you. You have a good day.
You too.
That's all.